I'm gonna sit here so you move the leg.
Thor may have been the god of thunder, but Tony Stark wasn't exactly impressed by the outfit. In The Avengers, he takes one look at Thor and delivers what might be the funniest line in the movie, completely unscripted.
You have no idea what you're dealing with.
Shakespeare in the Park?
Doth mother know you weareth her drapes?
In Spider-Man Brand New Day, much of the banter between Peter Parker and Frank Castle was completely unscripted. Tom Holland said he and John Bernthal naturally fell into the characters during their scenes, letting their chemistry take over.
That guy could hit me with a handful of rice.
What does that sound like to you?
I have exactly what I want. I see them right there. I know exactly what I'm
doing. Kick that drug dealer back into his
Okay, fine, go ahead.
What does that sound like to you?
Also, Peter promising May he won't be fighting alone anymore at her grave was something Holland came up with during the second take of the scene.
And you'd be happy to know that I've decided I'm not gonna do this alone anymore.
In Thunderbolts, Ghost walking away with Bucky's arm wasn't exactly planned the way it looks. Hannah genuinely forgot she was holding it, and her confused realization when Bucky reached for it was completely natural.
We need a new plan.
No new plans.
That ridiculous noise Yondu makes at the Broker and Guardians of the Galaxy was completely Michael Rooker's idea. He was just goofing around, but it fit Yondu so well that they kept the take. And Sean Gunn's barely contained laughter only made it funnier.
The high-end community is...
It's a tight-knit... The high-end community is a very tight-knit... I cannot possibly betray...
Also, Peter Quill casually flipping off the Nova Corps wasn't part of the original plan. James Gunn has said it came from Chris Pratt goofing around during filming, and they decided to leave it in.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
What a bunch of a-holes.
Robert Downey Jr. was just messing around during the tractor scene in Age of Ultron when he came up with an improvised joke. Joss Whedon liked it so much he admitted he was jealous he hadn't come up with it himself.
Hello, dear.
Later in the movie, Jeremy Renner apparently didn't realize they were still filming when he added a joke after the scene. The cameras caught it, and the unscripted moment was too good to leave out.
Nobody would know. Nobody. The last I saw him, an Ultron was sitting on him. Yeah, I'll be missed. That quick little bastard. I miss him already.
That little moment between Tony and Peter in Civil War wasn't supposed to happen. Tom Holland forgot his blocking, so Robert Downey Jr. adjusted on the spot, and the whole thing looked natural enough to keep.
I'm gonna sit here so you move the leg.
Can you move your seat up?
No.
In the same movie, Sebastian Stan almost broke during this scene, and you can actually see the smile starting before the shot cuts away. They kept it because it felt like a natural moment of Bucky finally letting his guard down. In Iron Man 2, the confrontation between Tony Stark and Rhodey was supposed to be a serious moment after the house party went completely off the rails. But Downey Jr. threw in a line that was too funny for even him to keep a straight face, breaking character right in the middle of the scene.
Goldstein.
Yes, Mr. Stark.
Give me a fat beat to beat my buddy's chest.
Also, Tony telling Pepper to put on a surgical mask wasn't part of the original script. Robert improvised the line after Gwyneth Paltrow was actually sick during filming.
Port's already machining that part.
The expo is a gigantic waste of time.
I need you to wear a surgical mask until you're feeling better. Is that okay?
That's rude.
The baby wasn't originally supposed to clap after Franklin brought his mother back in the Fantastic Four First Steps. She did it on her own during filming, and the director loved the little reaction enough to keep it. Angela Bassett wasn't expecting Michael B. Jordan to go off script in this Black Panther scene. His improvised moment genuinely caught her by surprise, and the reaction was too good to cut.
Hey, Auntie.
In Thor: The Dark World, Chris Hemsworth improvised the hilarious moment where Thor hangs his hammer on a coat hook in Jane's apartment. Apparently, even the God of Thunder knows you shouldn't bring your weapon into someone's house. In Ant-Man and the Wasp, a simple goodbye between Scott Lang and Agent Woo somehow turned into something much more awkward. Paul Rudd and Randall Park improvised the entire exchange, with Woo's comments eventually sounding like a very strange dinner invitation.
I'll be seeing you again.
Where will you be seeing me again?
In general, I'll see, like, the next time you do something bad, I'll be there.
You'll be watching in that room.
It's
how you were inviting me somewhere.
Samuel L. Jackson wasn't content with simply delivering the scripted version of Fury's comeback in Far From Home. He added his own extra words to the scene, giving the response the attitude that made it so funny.
I mean, I'm just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, sir.
Bitch, please, you've been to space.
I know, but that was an accident, sir. Come on, there's gotta be someone else you can use.
In Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Chris Pratt improvised the moment when Quill comments on Nebula's eyes.
I just never noticed how black your eyes were.
James Gunn then came up with Nebula's dark explanation, and Pratt improvised Quill's awkward response right back.
They were replaced by my father as a method of torture.
He picked a pretty set.
Also, Star-Lord's F-bomb to Nebula wasn't part of the original script. James Gunn suggested Chris Pratt say it on the spot, and the moment ended up making the final movie.
There's a button under the handle. Press that in. Open the fucking door.
That is a stupid design.
In Avengers Endgame, the paper football scene between Tony Stark and Nebula was completely improvised by Robert Downey Jr. and Karen Gillan to show how the two passed time while stranded in space.
It's fun. That was terrible. Now you have a chance to win. And you've won. Congratulations.
In Captain Marvel, Samuel L. Jackson added one of the funniest little moments to the alien autopsy scene. The bit where Fury takes a quick look at the Skrull's private area was actually improvised by Jackson. In Thor Ragnarok, Hemsworth and Hiddleston were given the freedom to figure out the get help scene themselves. What they came up with on the spot ended up becoming one of the most loved comedy moments between Thor and Loki.
Hey, let's do get help. No. Come on, you love it. I hate it. It's great. It works every time. It's humiliating. Do you have a better plan? No. We're doing it.
Get help! Please! My brother's dying! Get help! Help him!
That moment when Tony shuts Peter down in Infinity War wasn't originally scripted. Robert Downey Jr. improvised the response, and after playing Tony Stark for so many years, he apparently knew exactly what the character would say.
We're now in a flying donut, billions of miles from Earth with no backup.
I'm back up.
No, you're still away. The adults are talking.
What is he, your ward?
No. I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Also, Chris Hemsworth added an unscripted joke about Captain America's new beard and hairstyle, and it was too good to leave out.
Your haircut? Notice you've copied my beard.
In the Avengers, Mark Ruffalo wasn't originally supposed to have Hulk wake Iron Man with a giant roar. He improvised it during his motion capture performance.
What the hell?
Ruffalo also ad-libbed touching a baby's cradle in the abandoned house he meets Black Widow in, which was otherwise just another prop placed there.
Well, I don't every time get what I want.
And when Loki blasted the German police car, its ridiculous skid across the front end wasn't planned either. The car simply failed to flip, and the accidental stunt made the final cut. That iconic three-way Spider-Man pointing scene in No Way Home was actually Andrew Garfield's idea. As a longtime fan, he suggested the meme recreation on set, and the filmmakers loved it enough to keep it in the movie.
Peter! Yeah? Oh, sorry.
Did you mean that?
Or
Peter.
we're all called Peter.
Peter Parker.
Same again. We're all Peter Parker.
In Thor Ragnarok, that hilarious moment when Thor sees Hulk wasn't originally scripted. Chris Hemsworth improvised the line after taking inspiration from a Make-A-Wish kid he had met, and it worked so well that they even used it in the trailer.
Hey! We know each other. He's a friend from work.
In Age of Ultron, Tony Stark wasn't originally supposed to say anything during this scene. Robert added the line, hoping he'd find a secret door, then improvised the little celebration when he was proven right.
Please be a secret door. Please be a secret door. Please be a secret door.
Yay.
In Ant-Man, Paul Rudd got a real surprise when Hope suddenly punched Scott during training. The moment wasn't scripted, but Rudd didn't break character and quickly improvised a hilarious response that made the final cut.
That's how you punch.
Were you going for the hand?
That creepy laugh from Willem Dafoe in No Way Home wasn't scripted. He came up with it during the hallway fight, and Holland's reaction shows just how much it caught him by surprise. In Avengers Endgame, Robert Downey Jr. added one final word to Tony Stark's emotional confrontation with Steve Rogers. The extra bit wasn't scripted, but Downey delivered it with so much weight that it stayed in the final cut.
For you, Cap, I got no coordinates, no clues, no strategies, no options, zero, zip, nada. No trust. Liar.
Also, Downey Jr. helped change one of the movie's most emotional lines. The original wording was different, but Downey suggested using the phrase his kids say to him at home.
Love you tons.
I love you 3,000.
That famous line from Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't entirely Chris Pratt's idea. James Gunn came up with the joke on set and gave it to Pratt, who nailed it so well that they only filmed it once.
And Quill, your ship is filthy.
Oh, she has no idea. If I had a black light, the place would look like a Jackson Pollock painting.
You got issues, Quill.
Also, Chris Pratt wasn't supposed to drop the orb in the collector scene, but when it happened, he simply stayed in character. The mistake was so natural that they decided to keep it in. That hilarious bread-throwing moment in No Way Home wasn't in the script. Zendaya was originally holding a candlestick, but noticed the bread basket and asked director John Watts if she could throw that instead.
It's the whole not a superhero thing. Why'd you do that? Can you not throw the bread again? You're a deeply mistrusting person, and I respect it.
In Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch improvised the moment when Strange calls Wong Beyonce.
You're not ready for that.
Try me, Beyonce. Come on. You've heard of her. She's a huge star, right?
Director Scott Derrickson loved the joke so much that he kept it in, and even added the later scene of Wong listening to single ladies. Tony Stark's final moment in Endgame almost didn't have the line we all remember. The original version ended without Tony saying anything, but editor Jeff Ford thought the scene needed a stronger finish and suggested bringing back his iconic line from the first Iron Man.
And I am Iron Man.
In Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Ruben Rabassa accidentally called Scott Lang Spider-Man during the coffee shop scene. He later admitted it was simply a mix-up, and he had no idea why everyone around him suddenly started laughing.
Ruben, you are the best.
Thank you, Spider-Man!
One of Doctor Strange's most important moments in Endgame was actually a tiny improvisation. Benedict Cumberbatch added the finger gesture toward Tony himself, and it said everything without a single word. In Infinity War, the Wakandan battle chant wasn't originally scripted. The actors had recently spent so much time with their characters while making Black Panther that the chant came naturally during filming, and it became part of the final battle. In Captain America: The First Avenger, Peggy wasn't exactly prepared for the newly enhanced Steve Rogers. Haley Atwell admitted she was genuinely distracted by how good Chris Evans looked in that scene. In Doctor Strange, Rachel McAdams' reaction in the broom closet was completely genuine. The mop handle accidentally fell and scared her, but she stayed in character, so Scott Derrickson decided to keep the take. That moment with Ned wearing Spider-Man's mask in Homecoming wasn't originally planned. Tom Holland and Jacob Batalon were stuck on the bedroom set between takes, so they started messing around with the props, and the idea came from there.
Maryland?
What's there?
I mean, I don't know. Evil lair.
You have a lair?
Dude, a gang with alien guns run by a guy with wings? Yeah, they have a lair.
In another scene from Homecoming, Holland threw Robert Downey Jr. a curveball by going for a hug that wasn't in the script. Downey's instincts kicked in immediately, and the whole thing ended up being hilarious.
That's not a hug, I'm just grabbing the door for you. We're not there yet.
Bye.
That emotional Spider-Man scene in Infinity War wasn't completely scripted. Tom Holland first improvised his version of the scene, and the Russo brothers later rewrote it based on what he had done.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go, sir. Please. Please, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
One of Drax's most memorable moments was actually Dave Bautista's idea. He improvised the response during the scene, and everyone liked it enough to make it part of the final cut.
Where is Gamora?
Yeah, I'll do you one better. Who's Gamora?
I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
In Thor, Chris Hemsworth improvised one of Thor's funniest moments after smashing a coffee mug, catching everyone around him off guard.
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
Years later, Tom Hiddleston brought the joke back in Loki, recreating the same bit as a fun callback to Thor.
Another!
In Guardians of the Galaxy, Star-Lord's lack of fame became part of the joke. When Peter proudly gives his superhero name and gets absolutely no reaction, the moment was added by James Gunn and Chris Pratt to make fun of just how unknown he was.
Star-Lord.
Who?
Star-Lord, man. Legendary outlaw. Guys,
move!
That moment when M'Baku shuts down Everett Ross in Black Panther wasn't fully scripted. Winston Duke came up with the gorilla grunts himself.
Look, Your Highness, the new king is a U.S. The new king.
The script for Iron Man was still being developed during filming, so a lot of the movie relied on improv. That included the iconic ending, where Robert Downey Jr. improvised Tony Stark's reveal that he is Iron Man.
The truth is, I am Iron Man.
That Galaga joke in The Avengers wasn't in the script. Robert improvised Tony Stark calling out the S.H.I.E.L.D. employee, and Joss Whedon liked it so much that they actually added Galaga to the computer screen afterward.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
In The Incredible Hulk, Robert Downey Jr. added his own joke to Tony Stark's meeting with General Ross. The line about stale beer and defeat wasn't scripted, but Downey's improvisation fit the character perfectly.
Smells stale beer and defeat.
In The Avengers, Tony Stark's "Let's just not come in tomorrow" wasn't originally in the script. Downey Jr. reportedly improvised the line, and somehow it fit Tony perfectly.
All right, good job, guys. Let's just not come in tomorrow. Let's just take a day. You ever tried shawarma? There's a shawarma joint about 2 blocks from here. I don't know what it is, but I want to try it.
Also, the famous shawarma scene from The Avengers came from Downey Jr.'s improvisation. He joked about Tony wanting shawarma after the battle, and Marvel liked the idea enough to film the entire post-credit scene.